There are 100 girlfriends out there waiting for Rent-A-Row, and I'm sitting around here messing around, falling weeks behind. Unbelievable, unbelievable. But whatever, we are here to hopefully catch up now after these next few days or day or so, whatever it's going to take me to get through these. So hopefully we can do that. New girlfriend has been added to the group in like typical format, assuming we get another one this one. Don't really got much to say outside of that. We'll see who it is, and we'll see what they decide to do. If you like it all, to like and subscribe to me, feel free to stick around for the discussion, limited comments with the Twitter series to go on episode 3. Aww. Yeah, a disaster. What does she become? They're gonna awaken some weird kink in you. Oh. So we're just gonna turn. I don't know how to feel about that one. Yeah. Is it just like an hour once, or is it like you? It's like the version of her that can let loose now. She wasn't able to treat her daughter in a similar way because of the status she upheld. You're replacing me with everybody else. Force someone to drink it. Convenient. Oh no. So you don't even gotta consume it, it just... And the mom transforms. It's in a... Okay, you know, you say you do you. Yeah. Right. Look how they all have their personality still a little bit, you know? Like how she can't even like properly cry. It would involve being vocal. Okay. Even as a kid, she desires what she desires. I like how that's where her mind goes, you know? Such a weird dynamic to have already the relationship she does with her mom, but then and to have her mom like this. Literally be younger than her. She's always had it in her. Right, he should play supports. He's like all over the place. Like, what a hell of a catch! In amazement, what a guy. There's something about grown people like seeing kids get hurt, and kids like seeing grown people get yeah.
それにしても大変なんですね。
私ははかりに救われてきたって。きっとはかりも天使みたいな赤ちゃんだったんだろうなって。
お母様がそんなことを。
An angel when she's sleeping, that is.
お母様。はかり、どうしたの？なになに？はかり？はかりったら。私まで赤ちゃんになっちゃうなんて、メイドの赤ちゃん姿が見たかったのに。まずいのだ。母りだけ精神年齢が対抗したまま。
Yeah, she's just, this is just her.
こちらもまだ血離れできていない可能性が。なわけないやろ。お母様、さっきのことごめんなさい。はかり、いいえ、私の方こそ羽目を外しすぎていた。
She snapped back into it quick, damn.
お母様だけが私の尊敬するお母様ですから。こんなに生き生きとしたお母様の姿を今まで見たことはなかった。きっとレンタロウ君と出会えたことで心を許せる人を、場所を見つけることができたから。
They let loose a little.
私を育てることで謳歌できなかった青春時代の分まで我慢なんかせず。
That might be that might not be a smart thing. I don't know about all
私はあなたのような娘。あ、そういえば替えのおむつに赤ちゃんになる薬の予備包んでたのだ。使いましょう。みんなのおしめ替えたよ。
just to ruin it.
残念、ママにクーリングガスは適用されません。食事中のくるみさんの瞳って綺麗ですよね。
Only when you're
エメラルドみたい。カラネのお目目も肉食獣みたいで強そうなのだ。
Queen of the jungle. Yeah, how are we supposed to take
瞳
that?
の色ならメイドの目もすっごく綺麗よね。めっそうもございません。
Who? Oh, her personal maid.
ことないんだけど、いつも微笑んでるから。
They're probably beautiful when they open though. It's just all white. Like
微笑んでるんで。彼女の瞳は一体何色なのかしら。メイドの目の色はね、虹色なのよ。どこ人の設定だよ。
they're what?
見たいのだ。微笑むのやめて。
Is that the reason why you can't open them?
メイドは主の前では常に笑顔であるべきですので。
So that means you can't open your eyes.
私も久しぶりに見たいから。
Are they blinding? Oh.
かしこまりました。やけにこういうのが息潜めてたわね。こんな近くに。おや？顔の筋肉が言うことを聞きません。
I haven't opened my eyes in years.
母り様のご
It literally just collapsed.
専属メイドとしてあるまじきこと。まぶたをメスを持ってまいります。
切除しようとしている。
いい、やっぱり見せなくていいから。かしこまりました。
If you didn't want to show him, you should have just said so. Damn. Go through all that.
なんだけどさ、どういう権利で目見えてんの？それ。
They sense things.
目が見えているわ
Right. I'm looking at you right now.
見えてねえのかよ。じゃあどうやって生活してんだよ。音や気配ですとか。
And because of that, those senses are so much more enhanced than everyone else. How dare you rob us of this? Oh, an idea.
What?
She tried, you know? That was cute. Don't make her feel bad. I'm just waiting for them to open and the connection to be made.
母り様がかぶれとおっしゃればかぶります。
We gonna cut these things open.
母里様、今まで本当にありがとうございました。
どうしない。
主にお礼も告げず去るメイドなど言語道断。
もうそれ忠義じゃなく
But
て
she gonna die now, so.
ただの演技。カッターを突き出すのに
Ah.
歯はしまった。
Ah. You're too soft.
静香先輩泣いちゃった。目を開けさせるなんて簡単な話でしょ。くるみ。はい。このおまんじゅう食べてみて。
Everyone's very different than you.
目を開かせるまんじゅう。
Yeah, I don't think she's like you.
一体何が仕込まれてるの。
ごちそうさまでした。大変美味しかったです。
大変美味しかった。なんて。普通美味しかったら目キンキンになるのに。あんただけなんだよ。
まあ美味しいというか嬉しい時
Why is she doing that to her?
開かれるって聞いたことあるな。
メイドさんはどんな時嬉しいんですか？母里様の幸せが私めの幸せです。お母様の幸せとは？レンタロウちゃんやみんなとイチャイチャする。
Would she close or would she be able to open them if something bad happened?
お母様とイチャイチャしてください。
おめえがすりゃいいだろう。いや、私。
Yeah, that's where we cross the line.
はかりと同じに。
It smells just like my girlfriend.
本当にしようとしてるんですか。どうさせてんだおめえは。
はかり焼きもち焼いてもぶん投げちゃ
I know you're jealous your mom was about to make out with your girlfriend, but come on.
残酷すぎる仕打ちだわ。
What a great phase.
薬たちがイチャイチャしてやるのだ。
こういう目を開けて笑うタイプの人であることにかける。
Her eyes are literally like closed shut. I don't know if laughing is the route for that, but I weirdly feel like it's gonna work.
でも今のでなんか見たくなってきちゃったな。
なんなのだ。
あれあれトロロロトロロ。
は
でも10回クイズの影響で隣のトトロって言えなかったんですよ。
I'm glad she thought it was funny.
まあでも実はそれ俺じゃなくて
は
母里さんだったんですけどね。
Okay. And here it is. Yeah. What I was waiting for. The hell of a long build up for that.
なんで目が開いたの。
主の失敗を笑ってはいけないって本能で微笑みを解除できないかと思って。
完璧な作戦です。
Sure, yeah.
本当に虹色だ。
They were. They were kind of terrifying, not gonna lie.
難しい失敗は。
すいません。可愛かったからつい忘れられなくて。
あらあらあらあらあらあらあら。もしかしてメイド、レンタロウちゃんの素敵なお顔。
Yes.
一目惚れしちゃっ
That's exactly what happened.
た。すごいわかるそれ。メイドの姉ちゃん優しいから。
Yeah, it'll be good to have her in the family. We need someone like that. She no longer will have to only serve one person.
母里様の恋人の方に思いを寄せるなど言語道断でございます。私めが愛情様と恋をすることなどたとえ死んでもありえま
You're about to get commanded to, and then not really have a choice.
ダメよ。メイド、自分の気持ちに素直になりなさい。かしこまり
Alright, I will engage in a relationship.
愛情様、私めとお付き合いをしてい
That
ただけ
was
ない
simple.
でしょうか。
そんなメイドさん。
新たな彼女はこんな近くに潜んでいた。
Pretty simple one, straightforward. We get to introduce a new girl, and they do it in a interestingly different way. While obvious from kind of the beginning that we were headed that route, that it would be her, especially with needing the eyes and everything to be open, it was something that feels a little different, which is something I've talked about at length with like the general formula and the repetitiveness potentially within the series. And while we can go down the same route, being clever enough and switching those things can make it feel a little bit more fresh. And I do think that this one had a stronger and more intriguing job at kind of doing that. And while there's still challenges that likely the entire next episode will kind of like set forward to actually get her accustomed more so within the group, even though she seems to be well liked within it already, and get the relationship kind of more something that us as viewers can become a little bit more attached to. I do think like having the simplistic nature of her willingly and like wanting this and just being, well, kind of obeying what she's told, right? But at the same time, still just allowing it to be something that's a lot more simplistic of a process rather than something that's more roundabout of like the girl constantly denying that this can possibly be a thing, or having like these other like really large and exterior holdups that really hold no strong like value or anything kind of to them. I think it's nice to see it just kind of like at a snap of a finger. You can really get this thing going, and then being able to center an entire joke around something surrounded by her own eyes and stuff too, I think ended up working itself out to be rather nice. Well, the general idea of we're gonna get them open by telling a joke or something is pretty like weak and just wrong in comparison to the way that they built her up, with the way that they wouldn't even open no matter, you know, how you forcefully do anything. It just works because of the goofy nature of the show anyway, so it's perfectly fine. Miss MEIDO MEI, we will look at her voice actress as we do with all of them. I will just look at the things that I've seen because that's easier for me. Miss Umi from Love Live, which is nice to see, and Gamma. Okay, so some things, but nothing too like crazy or popular. I would really say nothing newer that I've necessarily seen, which is always fun to see, to get somebody back in the mix. But just go through the episode here because I don't have anything for you this time. Usually I have like some sort of way of like a backstory that they try and bring up with the girl, or my general feelings and thoughts towards her. But like, if we're being honest, the maid didn't showcase really any personality or interesting sort of features that strays from her kind of just blindly obeying her own position with backstory and things likely to come at some point to like understand why she's in the spot that she is, and the general care and love and everything that she has for Hari and like everything else. It's just, we're gonna have to let it play out. It's not really much that I can grab onto. The conflict that we kind of draw up between the general like feelings that we have with Hakari and her mom, and like towards their own relationship, and then her like baby fever that she's kind of going through, yeah, right, and wanting to be around or treat them all like that with her natural motherly instincts and stuff too, is okay. It's not anything that's too crazy or whatever, but it's just something that allows her to kind of respect or understand by the back end of things that, you know, the relationship that they have and the things that she's kind of had to put herself through, and the way that she's had to like uphold and present herself while maybe not being able to let loose entirely and have so much more fun, and be who she really wants to, as like a sacrifice potentially for the betterment of your own life, which is, I think, like a nice thing, right? Like, it's a great quality and thing, of course, that you can see, but it's also a sad one at the end of the day too. And I think being able to be put in a scenario where she recognizes that and then wants her to kind of like let loose a little bit while still having her own reservations about it while it's in the middle of occurring, especially when Karna is the one who was involved too. It's interesting, I think, at least, that we propose something like that and bring up that they could have this sort of dynamic, and work through it a little bit. So they bring this entire scenario up. We have a whole medicine and everything, or experiment, of course, that's worked on, that in the face of distraction of what we're trying to get distracted, we reveal all this. I don't love this joke at all, really. It's like fine, I guess. It's fun for like the different moments that we get, but when we get like the weirdly, it's natural for the baby to want to suck on the tits and everything, it just becomes weird. Like, I don't like it. It just isn't, I don't know, because it's not like they're just doing it. They're doing it to characters like Hakari, who is known for being extremely sexual and horny, and then she gets stimulated and feels those sort of ways while this is happening of her friends that we have to see in the form of something that is literally like not even a year old. It's very uncomfortable to kind of go through and watch. It's not really my favorite thing in the world. I do think this joke could have worked perfectly fine, and honestly would have been stronger in my own mind if they just kind of went around with the normal, like, we're catching the babies as they're running away, while they all still have their own distinct like little personality traits and things mixed kind of within them, as they're trying to like run away, with Shizuka not being able to like properly like speak or cry in the way that the others kind of are, and each of them having their own little like attitudes, and Nana trying to be like very efficient with the way she does things, you know, and the experimenting, still trying to pick up the different medicines. Like, they all have their own thing, even when we get to see her in this situation with her mom, and she starts climbing on her and treating her a certain way, the anger and dynamic that these two will have, you know, it's a thing I think that's like really fun. I love the scenes where he's like sliding across to try and make them laugh, and he's like hurting himself at the same exact time. It's fun. I like that. But some of the other moments just aren't strong and make things rather uncomfortable, because then you get things like this, fun jokes. I like that overall. So I think it has like some solid ground to stand on, but they just take some routes that I'm not particularly a fan with this joke in itself. Gets her reflecting on her own situation and stuff, and then we come back and we allow her to live a little bit more free as we utilize the intermission before the maid decides to fully just show up. And then we set up an entire joke simply just surrounding her own eyes and everybody using their own personality in different ways to try and get her to laugh, which is fun, and I like that, especially like with Shizuka coming in and trying to get her to like laugh by scaring her, and people doing things that they know would make them happy or like would widen their own eyes, but don't actually end up working for somebody else because they're all unique and distinct things, of course, when it directly comes to that person. So it's like a fun setup for what it is, and I like the simplicity and straightforward kind of nature of all of this, allowing us to just have somebody who gets introduced and we have to find like that one little thing about them, and then immediately they can be recognized as the suitor for us, and then we can keep them involved in the circle in some sort of meaningful way without having to like maybe divulge too much time into their own story and life. Well, I'm assuming the next episode will actually get that. I do like the like willingness and acceptance to just kind of like join in. It didn't feel like overly forced by like the sense of like Rentaro had to do like the most perfect, insane thing that nobody else ever could have probably ended up doing, you know what I mean, to like get her to like fall for him or be like interested and accepting of like the scenario that they're in. Like he didn't have to be that being for it to happen. Well, they did in the way of like the joke that he had to do had to be told like by him probably imperfectly. I think it all like worked itself out. I like this of her drawing the line at the whole incest thing, and then they sending Karine for it and then cutting her off and refusing for that to be a scenario. Finally, we tell the joke that gets her. The eyes are scary, especially with like the black, like having to surround it, right, is the outline of it. It's scary. One of the very few, if only, times that we'll probably likely get to see it. And we forcibly put that directly on her and tell her she needs to join. She's the one who literally tells us that, which is fun. It's gonna be all from me. It was fine. It's okay. I don't necessarily love it, but it's a good step, I think, to move us a little bit forward. And next episode, I'm assuming, will give us a little bit more to feel a type of way about her as a character. So we'll move directly into that. Quick, short one, I think, from me, but that's kind of all we need sometimes. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, like and subscribe on to my, feel free to check out the channel and comments of this other series. I'll be back for episode 4, hopefully very soon. I'm very sorry for all the delays. Hope you guys have a great one. Peace.